Jason, welcome to the live stream.
Hey, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Jason, just like Amanda, I think you have been here since day one of the expo. Always had a very good presentation. So Jason Jonas is the Director of Public Works for Jefferson County, and we welcome Jason into the live stream. And Jason, we'll go ahead without further ado. We'll get kicked off with your presentation.
Okay, great. All right, so I am Jason Jonas, Director of Public Works for Jefferson County. I've been in this position since 2012, and basically I'm going to run through all the bid opportunities we have for the contractors in the next 15 to 18 months in Jefferson County. So the county relies on a half-cent sales tax that is dedicated to infrastructure improvements in the county. It has, like St. Charles County, been in effect since the mid-'80s. Ours is 86. So the last 35 years, we've been relying on that for improvements in the unincorporated and incorporated areas of the county. We share that based on a formula, and last year that brought in about $13.1 million. It did grow last year, which was great, since we were open and a lot of people weren't. But in 2021, we anticipated to grow slightly again. We use this to match it for all 100% local projects as well as federal participation projects. And each year we bring in about 15 to 20 million in projects improvements based on this tax. So Jefferson County has a lot of bid opportunities this year. We have a whole lot of bridge projects and road projects and pavement preservation and reconstruction projects as well. I'm going to go through some of the larger ones here in a few minutes, but largely Jefferson County has about 20 million in projects to bid out this year. As in addition, our cities have about another 5. And most of the cities just have contracted street repairs. Both asphalt and concrete, not delineated between them, but reaching out to the cities, that's largely what they have going on this year with not many federal participating projects. So if you need any further details about those bid opportunities, you can reach out to the cities themselves. City of Arnold has Judy Wagner, which many of us are very familiar with, and she's got kind of the lion's share of improvements among the cities in Jefferson County. So all total, Jefferson County has about $26 million worth of contracted bidded opportunities that we foresee in the next 12, 15 months. So the first one we got going on is Ole May Ferry Road. This is a project we had tended to bid out last fall, but got pushed back because of condemnation issues. No real issues with COVID itself, but condemnation kind of held us back a little bit. So it's the same 2/3 of a mile reconstruction, realignment, two intersections. All 3 are county roads, Spring Forest and East Rock Creek tie into Ole May Ferry, and all be realigned. Ole May Ferry will go from 2 11-foot lanes to 2 12-foot lanes with center left turn lane in both directions, and also 3 to 6 foot shoulders with 3-foot curb and gutter throughout. Also, there's a major box culvert that gets reconstructed, replaced, and it's about a 12-foot wide single cell box culvert. So this project's estimated at roughly $4.3 million, and we anticipate it to be bid out in late spring. So probably the May, June, hopefully May, probably June. Seckman Road, this one was also intended to be bid out late last summer, early last fall. Again, it also faced condemnation issues that have been since resolved. We have authority to advertise. This one should be on the streets in the next week. So look for that real soon. This is the same project talked about last year, is Seckman K-12 campus, which is a major arm of the Fox C6 school district, is through this corridor, as well as many subdivisions and strip malls and gas stations and whatnot. We'll be overlaying the road, but mainly the improvements is the roundabout at Ole May Ferry Seckman in Lionsden intersection, as well as 6-foot sidewalks throughout the third of a mile corridor. And also we'll be doing 2 traffic signals at the entrances to the K-12 campus. So this is estimated at roughly $2.15 million. Next one is Miller Road improvements. This is improvements to Miller Road at the Spring Forest intersection. It is the other terminus that Spring Forest ends into Miller, and the other one is on Ole May Ferry. I talked about 2 slides ago. It's a Y intersection that we want to tee into it to get proper sight distance. There's quite a few improvements along Miller at that intersection vertically that need to be adjusted for sight distance as well as there's a sharp curve approaching Country Court subdivision to the north end of that project that needs to be realigned, that curve. Widening as well with 1-foot shoulders and 12-foot lanes as opposed to the 11-foot lanes now. This project is estimated at a combined roughly $1 million. And this one should be bid out as well in May or June. House Springs Main Street. This project is going to reconstruct the 2 12-foot lanes, and roughly there's 2 6-foot shoulders there. Those shoulders will be improved. Parking will be improved. So we'll be adding on-street parking, reconstructing the pavement, a minor amount of street lighting. I think there's 7 or 8 street lights, closed drainage system, and minor improvements to the intersection with MoDOT's Route MM. This one is slated to also be bid out in late spring, probably the May-June timeline, and it's estimated at $570,000. Rugeley Keep, we got a couple of bridges to bid out this year. Rugeley Keepy Bridge is in with MoDOT right now for final PS&E approval and obligations. So we're looking for that to be bid out here again in the next month or 2. Standard single span bridge, eye girders on this one, minor amount of reconstruction and realignment of the shoulders, $555,000 for that bridge. Sandy Valley Road Bridge, this one is set to be bid out this week, so look for that real soon. Again, single span structure on this one with eye girders, even smaller amount of relocated, reconstructed roadway to get this one in there as a replacement, and $455,000 for this one. Boyce Lane Culvert. So right now we have a major low water crossing. It's officially to the locals called the Slab, and has been kind of a landmark structure for a generation or so, several decades, of course. Anyway, that structure is starting to break up. It's starting to crack and fail. So we're replacing it with a low water bridge, approximately 6 foot higher than the low water crossing now. Still floods under a storm greater than a 10-year event, but the current one floods every time it sprinkles. So a major improvement to the area for access, and this structure is slated to be constructed later in the summer. So it's a locally funded bridge project only at $500,000. Sulphur Springs Road. This is a partnership with Simpson Quarry, Simpson Materials. We're looking to realign Sulphur Springs Road as it connects with US 6167 to get it out of the 100-year floodplain as it's been affected by Glaze Creek in the past. This way the quarry won't flood, and all the residents that live in a small historic community along the riverfront won't as well. They'll have flood-proof access to 6167. This one is slated to be bid out and constructed starting in the fall, and we estimated it at $600,000. Lonedale Tomahawk Road is a realignment of Lonedale as requirement of the New Henley Woods Phase 2 development in the city of Arnold. This one is realign it just so if they can get site distance and proper entrance requirements for the new subdivision. They'll be adding 2-foot paved shoulders, 2 12-foot lanes as opposed to the 11-foot lanes, no shoulders now, and various other features as well. This one's estimated about $450,000. East Rock Creek Road. This is realignment of 800 feet or so of East Rock Creek to realign the curve, high frequency crash curve that we have along East Rock Creek. Add shoulders, normal other features as well. A lot of guardrail on that one, estimated at $405,000. And we have a bunch of paving projects, asphalt and concrete. Our asphalt work, we've got about $1.3 million to repave and reconstruct the shoulders on Old 21 from State Route M to State Route A here in Hillsboro. So Barnhart to Hillsboro. We also have a major chip seal project this year, about $1.2 million in chip seal efforts this year. We also have contracted overlays of about $750,000 of a few different routes. We also have contracted U-balls for about $500,000 with a few different routes. And we also have some contracted microsurfacing and crack sealing in various routes for about $250,000. And then we also have some concrete paving work in our subdivisions for about $500,000 in a concrete PCC panel replacement project. And that one should be bid out here this week. A few of the others in the asphalt should be bid out in the next week or two as well. We got a couple of real small projects. In one of our subdivisions, we maintain Northern Lights Drive. Has a culvert that has failed, approximately 60-inch diameter by 100-foot long CMP that we're going to replace with RCP. And we look to bid that one out probably in May, and that's about $85,000. We have some drainage repairs along local Hillsboro. Mostly just a residential pond needs to be turned into a drainage detention basin. So mostly a grading project, small one. $75,000 is what we estimate. Romaine Creek Road, we got slide repair. As you can see to the picture to the right, it's been in slide condition for the last 6-8 months, and we're looking to bid that one out here in the next few weeks, and that's estimated about $100,000. Some upcoming ones that won't be this year, but in the next 15-18 months, we'll have High Ridge Boulevard improvements. We looked to bid out in 2022. It's a shared use path, 8-foot sidewalk, 3-foot buffer, new curb and gutter drainage system, and lighting improvements, estimated about $1.85 million. We have a bridge combo project that we have. We'll have that bid out next year in 2022. Armbrust, Doss Hollow, harness 3 rural bridges that have been packaged by MoDOT into one project, estimated at about $1.6 million. We got Hillsboro House Springs Bridge that we estimate to bid in 2022 for approximately $900,000. We have another major road project along Seckman Road at Mastodon State Park. Estimated to bid out next year as well. That's adding the end turn lane into the state park, as well as shoulders and widening to 12-foot lanes for Seckman Road itself, as well as an 8-foot shoulder to the south and a 3-foot curb and gutter to the bluff side north. And that's estimated at $1.1 million. And that's what I have. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me or our technical division manager that runs all of our project efforts, Chris Elan.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it very much. There are no questions that we're seeing on our end, so you get to escape today with no questions.
Awesome.